Hey people, what's up? NGS back again for another video. I felt it was about time for me to do an update on The Amazing Spider-Man. If I haven't talked about the film enough through all of my Facebook statuses, Twitter notifications, and the little nudge I put every now and then throughout videos. What I'm going to be talking about today would be the past couple of pieces of info that Sony has been giving out for the film, their overall marketing campaign, and of course the 4-minute super trailer preview that debuted earlier in the night after America's Got Talent. So, let's just get the super trailer out of the way. Essentially what it is, the trailer itself is a, point blank, it's trailer 3 that aired right before the Avengers. Nothing really different there except Peter Parker saying a different line and they adding a couple of milliseconds shots of different scenes, different sequences, how it's done. If you've seen it before, then there's really no reason to see it unless you are a huge fan like myself. Then you've already seen it, downloaded it, and you watch it 6 times a day. Woohoo! But the main meat, the main bulk of the preview, why people are watching it, would be the first scene of Peter Parker in action as Spider-Man. Well, first official scene, nothing that was like 2 seconds long. Essentially, what happened was Peter Parker, Spider-Man, being badass, flinging around, swinging webs, and he was on the bridge and he had to save a kid from a burning car, and that was pretty much it. Yeah. You can't milk that any more than it already had been. Honestly, if I were to choose a scene, person that would have aired, I would have done something more along the lines of Oscorp, maybe adding some mystery surrounding that. I would have done something, with Peter Parker making the bullies, showing them that they're the assholes and such, like making themselves beat themselves up. Yeah, I would have done something like that, but I guess they want to show a more action, dramatic scene, like, oh my god, that kid is gonna die if Spider-Man doesn't save him. Oh my god. Whoa, man. That was pretty much the bulk of the 4-minute super trailer preview. I think it was just generally to get people in the mainstream who haven't seen the trailer talking about it and to see it, because there are a lot of people who haven't, who are still unaware that this is going to be a reboot. Some people think that is going to be like it's Spider-Man 4 just under a different title. I've run into people like that. So yeah, there's not really much I can say else on the super preview because that's pretty much what it was. They've also started showing some TV trailers. I've seen a couple on various networks. But the main thing I want to talk about would be, there's this whole notion going around. Of course, people still to this day are doubting the film. They say it's going to suck, it's going to be horrible. And one of the funniest reasons I found out is because they say the film is going to end up like Ghost Rider 2. And by that, I think they're going to say it's either horrible or it's going to do poorly at the box office. Newsflash to people out there, a film does not need to gross 6 times its budget in order to be completely profitable. In the case of Spider-Man, people are saying that if it doesn't gross $1 billion, then it sucks by default. If it doesn't outgross the Avengers or The Dark Knight Rises, people, I want to break you out of the place that is called Neverland. Come out of there. Of course, it's not going to outgross the Avengers or The Dark Knight Rises. Let's be honest here. There are a couple of factors that are keeping it back from it. Number one, this is a reboot, so of course they're starting over. They're doing a brand new origin story. It's not an established franchise such as the Avengers or Nolan's Batman films. Number two, Nolan's films, of course, are going to be popular because The Dark Knight was huge, and it's Batman by default. So it's the final film in the Nolan trilogy. There are rumors that he might kill off Batman. And the Avengers is something that has been in the making for years, ever since Iron Man started. That's when this whole idea of a superhero cross team-up movie came about. And of course, it's making that much money because the film was good, and it was something people are anticipating ever since they showed that little segment at the end of Iron Man. The Amazing Spider-Man is a reboot. It's just totally different. People are still, I don't know, in Neverland with Raimi's film, so of course it's not going to, in my opinion, be as profitable in that sense of the word, like break any box office records, but I don't need it to do that. I don't need it to be like $900 million. I mean, it'd be great if it could get to that point, but let's be realistic here. As long as it grosses its budget back, as long as it's profitable enough for Sony to move forward with a sequel, get a modest box office return, I'm perfectly fine with that because we've seen that on many occasions. I don't know why this is news to some people. This shouldn't be news to people. This is downright retarded. These people are literally trying to find some reason why the film is going to suck. You know, ignoring all of the flaws that happen in the Raimi films, such as the schizo, Green Goblin, Doc Ock being a sympathetic bastard. Oh, my arms are evil, not me. And don't get me started on the Sandman and Venom. Yeah, people like to ignore those problems, yet they find the slightest thing in Spider-Man box office. Oh, it's gonna fail. Really, they're grasping at straws here. But anyway, back to what I was saying regarding the marketing for the film. I think it's very cool how they're doing it this time around. Like, you remember a couple months ago, they had sent replica Peter Parker backpacks to various media outlets, and people were like, whoa, what is this? And on the inside, you see it has, you know, his notes and such, designs for the web slingers. I thought that was awesome. And they've started up a website to promote the film. It's Oscorp, and they're talking about an internship, and you can like, if you're smart enough, you can unlock the keys and the puzzles, and you find new pieces about the movie. You know, more info on Kurt Connors if you don't already know Kurt Connors, dealing with reptilian DNA and all that junk and all that happy stuff for those who are really core and, you know, want to see more of the film. So I think that that type of marketing campaign is for this film is great. It's not just in your face, oversaturated to hell, like, oh my god, explosions, 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 TV ad every other commercial, blah 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 blah. You know, it's very clever. It's definitely got people talking. You know, there are different ways to market a film. You don't need it to be in your face 24/7, because a lot of films don't really work like that. You know, that would work for something like Transformers or a fucking fail like Battleship. But, you know, for Spider-Man, yeah, you want to be a bit more clever, and somebody's just texted me. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I really want to say on the couple tidbits of info that were given out for The Amazing Spider-Man. Very excited for the film. This will probably be one of my last videos on the subject, since, like I said, the film is set to premiere in less than 2 months. I believe six and a half weeks. My ass will definitely be in the theaters at midnight, IMAX 3D. Yes, one of the only films I'll ever see in 3D. Why? Because they're actually using 3D cameras, so kudos. If I ever do another video, it'll probably be critiquing more haters. You know, I would even call them haters. I just think they're uninformed idiots. That's pretty much what they are. And yeah, so I guess that's it for me to you for now. Post your comments and your video responses below on what you thought about this blurred of info. I'm NGS signing out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.